Hello.
Hello there. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. It's been a while since I've been on with you.
Oh, it has been a while. I think maybe the Australian Open was the last time.
Very first show I did, it was me and you.
Yeah, I think that was. Yeah, I think that was my first one as well.
Yeah.
I did that.
Yeah. Well, welcome.
One in the Australian Open. I can't remember if we did two together or not.
Oh, it might have been. Did a couple preview shows. Anyway, welcome everyone to Rybakina versus Andreeva. We have been delayed quite a lot, unfortunately, due to some terrible desert weather, but hopefully we are about to get underway. Well, not about to get underway, but hopefully we're about to see some players appear onto court. How do you? Well, actually, no. We'll get your thoughts on the Pegula-Svitolina match, which has just ended.
It was well, I only saw after the rain delay ended, so caught basically the entirety of the last set. Quite dominant display from Svitolina. That was, I mean, absolutely classic level from her. And yeah, I mean, it's tough to tell in those moments after you've been sitting around for 3 hours how much of that is just maybe not being able to adjust as well coming out of a very extended break, and how much of it is just the condition of the player that day. So,
yeah, it's always interesting to see how players adapt after such a long rain delay as well, especially one that's quite frustrating. It's not like it was absolutely teaming it down for hours upon hours. It was kind of on and off, and they came off and on the court again, and they were just sort of lingering around, waiting to see if they could get back on court. But yeah, great performance from Svitolina. I feel as though Monfils and Svitolina, the more they watch each other, the better they both play. Like Monfils played brilliantly versus Dimitrov last night, and obviously fell just a little short. But yeah, Svitolina and Monfils both playing really well. Now we'll talk about what we're here for, which is Rybakina and Andreeva. How do you see that one panning out?
it's tough to get that match from a couple weeks ago out of my head. Andreeva looked so good the last time that they met in Dubai in the semifinals there, and that dead is 1-1, so it's quite a limited sample size to pull from. But yeah, I think it's really hard to pick against Mirra Andreeva right now, and she's looked incredible in her first 2 matches, and Rybakina has looked really well so far, though. Quite impressive victory against Katie Bolter, especially in her second set. So I think this is going to be a fun match. I don't know that I quite have a read on which way it will go, but what are you feeling going into this match?
I feel similarly that it's going to be Andreeva, but I'm stuck between whether it's going to be 2 or 3. I think it's going to be 2, plainly because I think Andreeva's just movement around the court is just a bit better than Rybakina's, and also she can match her for ball striking. So I feel like it's going to be a similar sort of scenario to Dubai 2 weeks ago, but yeah, we'll see. It should be very interesting. This is a very, very anticipated match, and I mean, for this to be a round of 16 match is something that in the future I don't think it will be. I mean, by the end of this year, I expect Andreeva to be maybe 5 in the world by the end of this year, or even higher. But yeah, the winner of this match will obviously play Svitolina in the quarters. And do you think that the winner of this match is favourite against Svitolina, or do you think Svitolina has a chance?
I think that whoever wins this match is a favorite, for sure. Certainly a higher ranking and better form, honestly, from whichever one does pull through this. But it's hard to bet against Elena Svitolina, especially when you see her pull out a match like this against a top 10 player. I mean, I didn't watch the second set, but that was a quite straightforward scoreline as well. So after a rather tight first set. So whoever wins this would be favored in that match, but this is tennis. We play the games on courts, and anything can happen out there.
Our producers is saying we'd love to hear our thoughts on Sabalenka Cartel. I am extremely excited for this tomorrow. Sonny Cartel having the week of her life at the moment, into the round of 16 at Indian Wells as a lucky loser. Obviously, she's got, I'd say, the second sternest test in women's tennis at Indian Wells at the moment, which is Aryna Sabalenka. I actually feel like Cartel can push Sabalenka, plainly because of her play style, the way she scrambles around court. Obviously, Sabalenka's a really big hitter, and it's I think it will pan out sort of how the Kudermetova match panned out. Kudermetova was striking the ball ferociously, and Cartel was kind of just waiting for the error. Obviously, I don't expect Cartel to come through this match, but I think, I think she has a chance of testing her base game, which is what she was talking about in her interview.
Yeah, I think she's going to be a really interesting player to watch, and I mean, extremely small sample size, but she has yet to lose a match in a 1,000 level tournament.
Extremely small sample size. Yeah, just the 3 matches as the sample size at the moment. I mean, yeah, just a really quick rise up the rankings after that win at her first WTA title in Monastir. In shock.
Not sure. I think Fergus's stream may have broken up there for a moment, but
did we lose Fergus?
All right. Looks like maybe Fergus will be back with us in just a moment. Isabel joins us now. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I don't know how good my internet is.
I'm
struggling to get a stream of the match.
You can actually hear me now.
Oh, yeah, we can hear you, Fergus.
Excellent. Hello, Isabel.
Hi.
It's been a while. Same with Carson, since the Australian Open.
I guess it has been a while. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We were just talking about Sonny Cartel and Aryna Sabalenka tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
We were just talking about how Cartel has not lost a WTA 1000 main draw match yet in her entire career, which is a very small sample size. Just the 3 matches. Players have arrived on court. So we have Rybakina and Andreeva on court, and I just really hope it doesn't rain. Because if it starts raining, then I'm going to be very, very upset.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what time it is there for you. That might be the end of your night.
It's currently 2:45 in the morning where I am.
Are you sure you want to be doing this?
I've been waiting quite a while to do this. But, that's Sabalenka is winning in straight sets. Yes, Sabalenka will win in straight sets, despite. I'm going to go 4-2. I'm going to give Cartel some nice 6 nice games right there.
I mean, that's one decent set then.
Yeah.
Then.
Well, I mean, it was at Wimbledon. It was 4. She's only ever played 1 top 10 match in her entire career, and that was against Gauff at Wimbledon, and she lost 4 in love. So, but she said in an interview the other day that yesterday that she learned a lot from playing Gauff and a top 10 player, and she said that top 10 players make you feel as though the margins are so small, but she feels as though she can sort of widen those margins. But yeah, we'll see. So Yeah, one good set, and then it will probably wilt away. But it's definitely hard because Sabalenka's been playing very inconsistently over the last 3 or 4 weeks. But well, I don't expect her to lose tomorrow. But yeah,
I think she'll pull it out. I don't know, maybe 4-2. I don't know if that's too far off. Maybe 3-2, somewhere in that area of the match. I think for her, I think she has a lot of potential. Wimbledon against Gauff is really the first time I had seen her play, but she seems like she has a lot of potential still. And
yeah,
I think it will just be getting to this stage of tournaments more, playing against this caliber of player, and just getting used to the speed and just the accuracy with which they strike the ball.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy to think that this time last year she didn't even play qualifying for the Australian Open last year. Like that's what it was like. Yeah, she was somewhere around 300 in the world, and now she's verging on the top 50.
That's been a quite impressive rise, especially these last couple of months here at the beginning of the year. So, we're about to finish. It looks like there's about a minute left before they head back to the bench for a quick moment. So, Fergus and I have made our predictions about the match. I think we both are leaning for Andreeva in this one. Isabel, who are you leaning towards in this one?
I am leaning towards Rybakina in this match.
Sure.
I know that everyone's a little hot on Andreeva as of late, and it's not that I am not, but I just given Rybakina's record at this tournament, I'm placing my bets with her.
As Brenna joins us. Hello, Brenna.
Hello, Brenner.
How we doing? How we doing, guys?
Doing well.
Good.
Getting late for many of us. We're finishing up making predictions about this match that's about to begin. Do you have any thoughts on it quickly before we start this?
Yeah, I think this should be a great contest. I think, a little bit of a redemption spot for Rybakina. So I give her the slight edge this evening. Kind of like a Tsitsipas feeling, a little bit of a letdown in terms of, how on how high she's been as of late. So, we'll see if she can handle it. I don't know what the crowd will be like. So, it looks like anyone's match tonight. But yeah, slight edge to Rybakina for me.
Yeah, it might be a bit sparse out there, and hopefully, well, it looks like rain is expected to begin in about 17 minutes. So hopefully that stays away. After we've had.
You could have just not said that, and then we would have been like, "Oh no, rain." But instead, you had to say that. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I jinxed it. Maybe it has to go away now.
Maybe.
Let's see how this works.
What are the other matches that need to be played tonight? Medvedev, Paul.
Zhang and Kostyuk still have to go tonight.
Yeah. Can our producer pull up the list of matches tonight, please? And thank you.
Yeah, our producer mentioned this is my first time with Isabel, so just wanted to say, great to meet you.
Well, hello. I normally say more things, but I've been struggling to actually get a stream of the match going. So.
Yeah, that makes
but
sense.
finally hooked it up, so it's all good.
Awesome. Where in the world are you?
I'm in Los Angeles.
Ooh.
So I'm not far. Yeah, we've also been dealing with the rain and weather today. It knocked out my internet until about an hour ago. So that's been fun.
What time is it there for you guys?
It is 7:50 in the evening.
Yeah. It's 9:51 p.m. for me. So
10:51.
Where are y'all?
I'm in Minneapolis, Minnesota, which is in the northern part of the like Midwest section of the United States, if you're unfamiliar. So today we had a high temperature of, it was like 34 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, Fahrenheit. I thought you were about to say centigrade.
No, that's
you guys do
1
everything
degree
in
Celsius.
Fahrenheit. I forgot. My bad.
Yeah, so that's
I can hear the disdain in your voice, Fergus.
No, it's not disdain. It's just I can never convert it. I'm always like, I think I know what it, like you guys say, oh, it's 100 degrees out, and I'm like, I don't know whether that's
It's really hot out. That's all you need to know.
Yeah. As Rybakina holds to start, and Andreeva gets us underway in the second game. Yeah, I'm just gonna do, well, it depends how I feel after set one. If it's like 6-1 Rybakina or 6-1 Andreeva, then I'll stick around, but it's pushing it at the moment.
Yeah. What time is it for you right now?
2:53 in the morning.
Nice.
Yeah, it's not great. But, you know, it's commitment. It's just pure commitment. Big forehand from Andreeva to kickstart her service game. I think her serve has come on so much since, like, even last year. Like, her serve has got so much bigger.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
Rybakina. No, to your point though, like her serve is a lot better. I feel like she's winning 67 or 68% of first serve points in this tournament so far. So
our producer does agree that Fahrenheit is silly and should have retired the term after the talk.
I don't disagree with that.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Our producer is silly.
Wow. I wouldn't have that.
There's not a lot I can defend about the State of the Union, you know, so that's all I can really say.
At this current moment in time.
Yeah.
Whoa, big forehand error from Andreeva there, and it's 30 already a chance for Rybakina to have a look at the Andreeva serve.
Fergus, what was your take on the match?
I actually had Andreeva in 2, maybe 3 at a push, but yeah, I'm obviously not going to change my prediction after the first 2 games, but I'm just gonna. It's looking like Rybakina's not going to deal with that backhand. That's a really, really nice backhand from Andreeva. I don't know how far ahead you guys are in the stream or behind. Or
I'm at 40-30.
40-30.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Cool. Solid hold from Andreeva. 1-all. I think it's going to be key for Andreeva in this match to try and get on top of the Rybakina second serve as much as possible. Rybakina has a really good kick serve. So she often brings that out on second serve points. So I mean, this angle is pretty much perfect. A good +1 there from Rybakina. Just pulling Andreeva out of position immediately from the serve, and then too big of a forehand.
That's like the perfect point for her in this match if she can do that. Not even like necessarily winning the point with the +1, but creating that type of point 15 or 20 times in this match. She's going to do well.
Oh yeah, big return.
Very nice.
Has Andreeva turned 18 yet? I still find it nuts that she's literally 17.
No, she's 17.
It turns.
It's just so ridiculous how you can be the 9th best in your category of sport in the world, and you're not even an adult. She can't even vote.
I don't know. What is the voting age in Russia? Is it 18?
Are they allowed to vote?
Yeah, I was about to say that's not a subject we need to talk about.
Right.
Let's skip over it.
Maybe steer away from the political commentary.
Yeah, I was about to. As soon as I said vote, I was like, okay,
Regret.
we're not going to talk about that.
Let's not.
But yeah,
No, she doesn't turn 18 until the middle of May. So this is her
wow.
first time in the Sunshine Double.
She's been. It feels like she's been around for like a while as well. It's not like she's like really new on like, and she's like had a massive rise. She's been, when she was like 15, she was like, I think like top 50, wasn't she?
Right. What was her first big win?
Let's find
Can our
out.
producer get up what when was Andreeva's first top 50 win? We'll go top 50 win.
Okay, let's see.
Was she like 13? And like
Layla?
she beat
Yeah.
Fernandez.
When?
Yeah.
20. Oh, okay. That's not ringing any bells for me. Breakpoint Andreeva.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
And it's long off the return.
It was in Madrid.
What
In
was it, 22?
In
23.
2023. She was
Fernandez
15.
was probably Fernandez was 50.
Yes.
Right, okay.
And she was only, Andreeva was only 194 at that time.
Oh my god, this point is a bit ridiculous. Oh.
Wow.
Oh no.
Where are you in the stream?
Wow.
Rybakina just had about 4 smashes and hit them all straight back to Andreeva and then smacked her last smash into the bottom of the net.
That was some incredible defense from Andreeva.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be something that should be on display all night.
Good serve.
This slower surface.
Mm.
Yeah, huge serve.
Is our producer like hinting at someone that is hinting at a win that we should know, or are you just like saying that for the?
Well, I still have it open. I could pull it up.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Did she beat Sabalenka? Am I making that up? I don't know.
No.
Then she defeated Haddad Maya.
Haddad Maya and Lynette.
And then she lost to Sabalenka.
Yeah.
Is Haddad Maya? Is that who our producer was talking about?
Yeah. I assume it's Haddad Maya.
All of those wins are on the screen. Well, we're not looking at the screen, producer.
We're looking at the stream as that's what we're here to be doing.
We're trying to do our jobs.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good off the backhand wing from Andreeva again. So solid, and then just releases and then on the baseline. Sean's here. We have for some of the big hitters to have more versatile. Yeah.
Yes.
I did. Yeah.
I think so. Absolutely. Yeah. But I think Rybakina is a good, I think she is pretty versatile. So I don't think making that switch will be too difficult for her. Ooh, that was bad though. That backhand into the net.
Mm. If you look at, I think it's like, so the top players, I mean, you think about how much power Sabalenka has, but then you think about the times where she can pull out like a crazy drop shot from nowhere. Like,
she has gotten so good at that as well.
Yeah. Like that's why she's world number one. Like, because she has that versatility. Rybakina, I think, lacks the same versatility that Sabalenka has, but still has her own sort of style of play.
Super Dave.
Oh, it's crazy! It's crazy ball striking already. Hello, Dave.
Thanks. Thanks. I do spell it the other way, just to be clear. I'm not that American.
I'm not that American.
I'm
Great.
not. I have
Great.
2 passports.
Great sentence.
This is becoming quite an important game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still going. How long has this game been?
Another break point. I mean, we get a look. The first 2 holds were pretty routine, I'd say. So if we get a look in the clock, I probably reckon it's about 7 or 8 minutes now. I think I don't know what the longest game of the tournament's been so far, but there was the Borges-Dimitrov game, which was like 90 minutes long. It was crazy.
There was a really long game in the Monfils match last night as well.
Right.
And Andreeva breaks.
Oh.
Dun, 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 dun. Speaking of what Super Dave just said, can our producer tell us what the score is in the Giron Feast match, please?
It's actually it's 6. Fees won the first set 6-2. It's
Giron a breakup in
2-1 Giron breakup, but it's break point. Draw shot to perfection.
Excellent. Who do you think Iga wins the tournament?
No.
Oh,
really?
How come? I like that answer.
I just don't. I don't trust her record on this surface. I mean, I think she might get to the final, but I don't think she would win.
Has anyone else noticed that Iga always is first in the day? When was the last time you watched Iga win a night match?
It's been forever. Yeah. She requested it, I assume.
I wonder if they do that so that people in Poland can watch her, because I know that tournament directors will do certain scheduling, especially for like the top 5 players, so that their home countries can watch them play.
I think she requests the first slot of the day.
Yeah, they also get to request, but I mean, not that it always goes their way, but early in the rounds,
Because the last night match, the only 2 night matches I have memory of watching Iga she both lost, which were Madison Keys in Australia, and
Noskova.
Sorry,
Linda Noskova in Australia last year.
Yeah, in Miami last year, and Australia last year. Well, she lost to Noskova. No, am I dreaming? But she lost. I can't remember the last night matches she won. Thanks for the love, Dave. Huge backhand again from Andreeva.
Wow.
Rybakina's backhand is her weapon, and she's being out backhand at the moment by Andreeva.
Yeah, it feels like Andreeva's, pushing a little bit more, going big on the backhand down the line. Definitely like a riskier shot, but playing the rewards of it.
Do you guys think that Andreeva might be slam contender this year?
Yes, for sure.
Where?
Where? Which one?
I think that's the bigger question. If you're gonna say, is it raining?
Okay.
Is it
no.
Maybe my question would be where can't she win a slam? She's already made the semifinals of Roland Garros. Her game probably, I think her game translates to grass well. And she's pretty good at hard courts. So the US Open is in play. We've got some rain, unfortunately.
I think at the moment, Iga's too strong on clay. unless we see a big shift. Grass, I actually think grass is on the women's side is such an open field. If you put together a good 2 weeks, I feel like there's a lot of players that can potentially win a slam. I feel like if she was gonna win a slam, it would be Australia. As in her first slam. I assume she'll win many.
Certainly, yeah.
Because she's still a child and 9th in the world. Please, rain, go away.
And then like Sabalenka is 26, almost 27.
How old's Iga? 23?
23, yeah.
But Keys has shown that. She's 29.
Yeah.
I mean, like that's
Bellini?
like Keys is coming into her prime right now, and she's 29. And like, it was sort of like seemed that like 20 to 23 was sort of the okay. They're going off court.
Yeah.
Bummer.
That's unfortunate.
It is a big bummer, yeah. This is why I don't know how many of the Masters they have roofs. Yeah, on like the one or even just the one court. I feel like it would help. Just do they? I'm pretty sure Rome has one.
Madrid does.
Yeah, Madrid does.
Mirra.
Rome does.
Obviously.
Does Miami have a roof?
Yes.
Technically,
so.
I guess this whole the whole aesthetics that there's no roof because of like it means the desert.
Right.
Well, the not that I'm an expert, however I do live in this climate. Usually our like rainy season is January, and so it's really just bad timing that our rainy season is this late because usually by now our weather is pretty nice. So I don't think they usually ever have to contend for rain. So none of the courts have roofs because it's just rain is supposed to be 2 months ago. This is not normal for us. So
it's actually rained more in Indian Wales in the last 2 days than it's rained here where I am, and I live in England. So yeah.
Incredible. Cool.
Do you have your radar up?
I do.
Carson. How long is this going to be around for?
I mean, it looks kind of patchy. Like it looks like this might only last a few minutes.
But then they have to dry the court.
Yeah, you have to dry the court, and there's Isabel might know like some more of these locations, but there is more rain out in between like Palm Springs and Reno Valley. That's on the way. So
let me look at a map real quick.
Yeah.
What time is it in Indian Wales?
It's 8 o'clock.
It's 8 o'clock. Yeah, Isabel, can you look out the window? That'd be helpful. If you could drive to Indian Wales and tell us what it's like there, that would be fantastic.
It's just like 10 or 15 minutes away, right?
It's about 90 minutes.
Dave.
Yeah, so Palm Springs is west of Indio, which is where Indian Wells is. So if there's more rain coming from that direction, then I don't know that this is gonna be a quick one.
Dave, Runa won 4 and 4.
Correct.
Yeah, 4 and 4. He pulled out if you haven't seen the tweener lob from Runa yet, then you need to be on Twitter and watch that.
I have not seen that.
Tweener lob hits the baseline from Runa on break point down.
Wow.
It was
1540.
Yeah, 15-40, and then he went on to hold, and then yeah,
that was it. Yeah.
I'm not Runa's biggest fan, but I mean, like, it's hard to not like.
I think the only person who is Runa, right?
His mom seems to be a pretty big fan.
Yeah, true.
Fair.
And Patrick Mouratoglou like once every 6 months.
He's a fan of everyone once every 6 months.
So yeah, so true.
I like him though. He's fun.
I go back and forth.
He's with Osaka at the moment, isn't he? And
yes, I believe so.
yeah, alongside running his whole academy as well. I always see him on social media coaching like 12-year-olds. It's just what he does.
Trying to find this tweener lob.
Probably on like Tennis TV.
Yeah, I was literally about to say that.
Yeah.
I was literally about to say that, Brennan. Tennis TV. It will be probably the first thing that pops up.
Well, I don't have Tennis TV, so.
Just on Twitter.
Oh, on their Twitter account. Oh, okay.
Yeah, on their Twitter account.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Let's see.
I was about to say, like, where are you looking? Like,
where am I? I'm on Twitter. Give me a sec. Nope.
Scroll down.
Keep scrolling.
Like,
okay, well, it like goes from one from 20 minutes ago of Arthur Fees taking the set, and then one from 4 hours ago. So I don't think it's here.
That's about right. That should be about right.
Yeah, a little bit more. I mean, there was like what a 3-hour delay.
Scroll down until you see the shortest
finally.
Shorts.
Okay, it's hidden. I found it though.
Yeah.
Oh wow, he barely even looked at it too. Damn.
Yeah.
Very cool. That took a long time, but we're trying to kill time here.
Yeah,
we are trying to kill time.
We got a few minutes.
That's fine. Well.
Yeah.
It looks like there are people out on court, just inspecting the state of it, how wet it is. They haven't got anyone out drying at the moment, so I guess it's still raining-ish.
I can't really tell.
Yeah, I couldn't really tell either. This is why
it looks like it might be stopped. Like there are people sitting in the stands that are not moving.
Yeah.
Right.
It might just be a light rain.
We
asking if we want to do a
that's what I was
doing. Bencic preview. That sounds fun.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's see what's up.
Who wants to start?
I'm gonna pull up their head-to-head.
Yeah, I don't know what their head-to-head is off the top of my head, but
surely if they played, it would have been yonks ago.
All right, 2-1 to Gauff.
Hey Jake, I'm surprised you're still awake. Yeah, I know even the Phoenix Challenger is getting rained out. Yeah, I know. No matches played today in the Phoenix Challenger. Damien will tell you all about that, but Damien's not here.
What's with all this desert rain? Climate change? I don't know what else to say about that.
I guess you could say that. Yeah. Oh yeah, I literally forgot they played earlier this year.
Right.
That's a bit embarrassing. Who wants to go first?
I can go first. I've been really impressed. I think we all have by Belinda Bencic so far this year, as she's coming back from having a child, which, yeah, she's come back quite quickly and has done quite well. I think, I don't know how well her game really matches up with Coco Gauff. To me, it does seem like Coco probably has, like, the things that Bencic is good at, some of them are just things that Coco Gauff is better at. And that can be hard. And I mean, saw on that screen from their head-to-head in their match at the Australian Open. Like, Bencic pulls out a first set, I think it was 7-5, and yeah, Gauff didn't serve very well there, and then she kind of pulled it together, and you can see the last 2 sets, it's 6-2, 6-1. So I think that's kind of my take on it. I think Gauff is a heavy favorite and will get through it. I'm just not sure that Bencic is quite at that level yet.
I think it's a real struggle with Gauff's serve at the moment.
Yeah. You saw what happened in the Zachary match.
How many double faults in the last? Yeah, last.
There were 9.
Was it? Yeah.
5 of them were on match point.
It's rough. I mean, and then her first. Well, I said round of 64 match. It was 21 double faults. Obviously, we don't know what's going on, and like whether it just needs to, like, her serve needs to be broken down and restructured again, or what happens. But I feel like Bencic might be able to take after this. If Gauff serves up as many as she did in her round of 64 match, this could get quite close. But yeah, what Carson was saying, from in recent memory, was in the 3 that I can think of off the top of my head of players coming back after having children: Osaka, Bencic, and Wozniacki. Bencic is played unreal after like 4 months since her comeback. Like, Osaka made the final in Auckland, played that one crazy match against Swiatek, but hasn't quite got back to where she was. Wozniacki played really well 2/3 of last year, and then I actually don't know what's happened. She's kind of like dropped off the face of the earth, and she hasn't played at all this year, and nobody really knows why. Well, not that I know of anyway. So I'm super impressed with Bencic, and I'm going to go that Bencic comes through in 3.
Okay. It's quite bold.
I think you're
Isabel,
missing.
you can go.
I just want to add real quick, Fergus, I think you're missing one of the major players coming back from childbirth that has probably the best run of any of them, and that's Elena.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I mean, she made the quarters at the French and then the semis at Wimbledon less than 6 months after coming back from maternity leave.
Mm-hmm.
So
when did she have it? When did she have a child?
I think it was 2 years ago. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just.
And she just beat Pegula today.
Yeah, no, I know. Svitolina is playing
right now
so well.
But yeah, Bencic also having a really fantastic comeback. I think I would agree that she's going to take it in 3, just kind of based on what I saw yesterday of Coco. I just don't feel confident about her. I think the only reason she won that match is because Zachary was making just as many unforced errors.
That's Zachary forehand.
Yeah, and if Bencic like just kind of pecks at like the weaknesses in Coco's game, I think she could kind of fall apart on her own. not that I want her to. I don't, I love her. I want her to win, but yeah, I just don't. I'm sketchy on her right now.
Yeah, I agree as well. I think it's like super, super tight match for me. Like, he's very close to 50-50. I think Bencic has the game to hit with Coco and counterpunch really well, especially off the backhand wing. We know that Coco Gauff's backhand is, top of the tour, and if you can't hang off that wing, like, it's going to be a tough day for you. But Bencic has that ability, and obviously so much success so far this year, and already having played Coco, I think this court is like extremely different than in Australia. So I think that's a big thing. But as Isabel mentioned, I think this court can kind of hurt Coco in a sense where she's almost beating herself, having too much time on her ground strokes, especially off the forehand wing. But you know, if Coco can make this a physical battle, that's where I think she'll, you know, find a little bit of an advantage. But that's my take.
I'm curious to think, can Coco win another slam with her current serve?
No.
Brenner and Carson.
Am I the only one who thinks that?
I was like waiting. I was like, are they thinking about it, or are they just gonna not reply?
I mean, I want to say yes because I like her and she has done it once, but so many players are on the women's tour are becoming such good returners that if all you're doing is giving them second serves, like it's at that point, it's not just the top 8 to 10 players that you have to think about being able to beat her. And out of anyone on tour, she's displayed an ability to win matches when she is playing her B game or her C game. But to go through 7 matches over a 2-week span where you're going to be playing several players in the top 30, like it's probably not realistic.
Yeah. I think if someone who's producing that many free points especially in women's tennis, when there are a lot less free points than there are in men's tennis, you can't be handing out that many free points on your serve. Unfortunately, it just won't work. And if your first serve percentage is below 50, you're then not having to worry, as Carson was saying, about the top 10. You're having to worry about maybe potentially the top 35 players in the world. Like that pool becomes a lot bigger of people that will just crush that return, and it's as easy as that.
Looks like some people are coming back into the stands.
It does.
Maybe we'll get play in the next 10 to 15 minutes or so. It's been long enough that they will have a little bit of a warm up before they begin play again.
Yeah, it's still showering a bit, so hopefully it stops soon. But I just think there's so much time for Coco where it's like, it's so like it's just like way too difficult for me to like close the door on her at this age and at this stage. I look at the WTA tour, and I don't think it's obviously top heavy in a sense where I just feel like let's at least eliminate Roland Garros for Coco at least in the next, I don't know, 8 years. But I think those other tournaments are just you brought it up in a different way, but the pool is big. The pool is big. I feel like at these majors and at these bigger events on the women's tour. So yeah, like I said, it's just way too early to close the door. I think Coco, of course, she can peak so hard. She's the best athlete on tour. So that's my take.
I don't think anyone's closing the door on Gauff. I mean, I think it's just the serve needs some reconstruction. But yeah, Ozan, I'm gonna say Draper in 3 with a hint of bias. But I genuinely do think it will be, if Fritz played like he did against Tabilo, it will be Draper in 2. But if Fritz plays like he normally does, then it's going to be a third set breaker and 50-50. A lot of people coming back into the stands now, so I'm really hopeful because it is now 3:30. And if there's
letting everyone come into the lower bowl.
If there is no play by if there's no play by 9 o'clock Indian Wells time, I will be heading off.
Probably fair. Get a couple of hours of sleep anyway.
Yeah, there's only so much you can do.
Yeah. Dave actually makes a good point. Remember what Sabalenka's serve was like in 21, wasn't it? That one match in Australia, I have such a clear memory of seeing that clip where she's like no serve motion and she's just, it's and now look, I mean, like she potentially has the biggest serve on tour. I mean, who actually does have the biggest serve on the WTA tour? Is it Gauff?
I think it's Rybakina.
Let me look it up.
The biggest, as far as like miles per hour.
As in miles per hour, not consistency.
Yeah,
as in miles per
hour. In terms of consistency?
No, or as in terms of MPH.
The fastest recorded serve is Garcia Perez.
As in
more currently, it's Sabalenka.
Sabalenka. Yeah, I thought it was Sabalenka.
Yeah.
Want to give a quick shout out to my guy Jake Davies. Thank you for tuning in. And yeah, I'm gonna try and stay the full match.
You're gonna try. Hopefully, there is a full match.
Yeah.
I mean, they've still got 2 more matches to play after this, so.
Oh, also the ace leader in the WTA is Queen Zheng.
What, this year?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Wow.
She hasn't had that great of a year so far.
I didn't think so.
Yeah. I mean, lost third round of Australia. Didn't make decent runs in Dubai or Doha. And I mean, obviously she's in the last 16 of Indian Wells, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised by that. Just because
let me back that up. Give me a second. I want to back that up with another source.
Does anyone want to guess who the male leader is this year? And I know this off the top of my head, so don't.
In aces?
In aces.
Is it Mperchi Pericard?
It is not.
It's not.
Nope.
Crazy one for Greek sport?
No. But like, I think he's like 8th or something. Like he's crazy high for like his serve. So it's Auger Aliassime.
That's
okay, you know, I
played every tournament.
But wasn't he also last year? Or the year before? I feel like he's been that in the past.
No, I'm pretty sure it was Pericard last year.
Okay, so on the WTA website, the current ace leader for 2025 is Sabalenka. Wait, hang on. No, it's Madison Keys.
So we have 3 different.
This is a little confusing. I'm trying to get this right. Hang on. Okay, here we go. Now I've got it filtered correctly. Okay, the ace leader is Clara Tauson.
There you go.
And then Rybakina.
So.
And then Madison Keys.
Is that fact?
Yes.
Is that number of serves or like aces per match?
I think that is number of serves. So like for Clara Tauson, in 19 matches total, she's had 138 aces.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. This year on the men's side, it's Auger Aliassime, then it's Opelka, then Bencic.
Makes sense.
Pericard is 12th.
He'll get up there.
Well, yeah, pretty.
He'll climb. Don't worry about it.
That's because on this stat, he's actually only played 7 matches. So, yes, that's about right.
Interesting. Alicia, so in the WTA, Alicia Parks is 5th in aces.
She's got crazy ball striking.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
She's only played 10 matches.
Yeah.
Everyone else on this list has, or towards the top of this list, has played at least 13 or 14.
You were saying that Auger-Aliassime was top of that ranking at some point earlier in his career. 2022, he was second next to Isner, off by 5. 2022 is second next to Isner, off by 5 aces.
Yeah.
But to be fair, Auger-Aliassime played 41 more matches than Isner that year, which kind of just shows that Isner was hitting them bigger.
Take with that what you will.
Yeah. It seems that the lower ring is kind of getting, like, everyone's sat down, but like, they've literally just, as I said, that brought out the dry thing, the the dry machine, whatever they call it.
Yeah.
Ozan, do you want on what? I think he's played like 2 ITF tournaments this year, so. I think he's played 1 main draw match, so maybe 4, 5 as a guess. But I'm not that caught up on Felix Miska's stats at the moment, unfortunately. Someone that's ranked 2,100 and something in the world. Shelton versus
Brandon Nakashima.
That should be a fun one.
That should be, yeah. I think they're both
Shelton.
Good players. Ben has been serving kind of wildly.
The kick serve is crazy.
Insane. Yeah, I've been waiting for someone's backhand to at least neutralize the Shelton forehand, but just hasn't been answered. I don't know if Nakashima is going to be able to deal with it either. But, super solid player, likes these conditions. I think he got his first title in San Diego, so, it's a nice spot, nice area for him. I don't know when the last time he's been to was it quarterfinal or wherever we're at. But, yeah, it's good to see Ben playing well.
I think you take a bouncy court and you take Ben Shelton's kick serve, and I think it just becomes a bit ridiculous. I mean, it already is crazy the amount of height he gets on the kick, and then you take a bouncing court, and it's like, I mean, Khachanov really struggled the other day with that serve out wide. Yeah, I don't. Obviously, Khachanov doesn't have the strongest backhand on tour. Obviously, favors his forehand wing. So I don't think Khachanov was going to, if Shelton served well, I don't think Khachanov was going to trouble him that much. I think it might be a similar story with Nakashima.
I think I agree. Shelton's playing well and feeding off of the energy of the crowd. Like he loves playing in the US. So
I'm curious to know, with 3 Americans, who will be the next American to win a slam, male and female.
Well, I mean, Madison Keys already did it, so
next to win their first one, or
the next to win a slam.
Okay.
Will it be an American clean sweep this year? Will it be Keys, Gauff, Navarro, back to Gauff for the 4 slams this year? If it is, I want someone to clip that and give me £100.
I don't think Gauff or Navarro have a chance this year. Madison Keys, maybe.
At the US?
Maybe. On the men's side, I do think I really believe, and I wasn't on like Team Shelton at first, but I am now. I do think that in like maybe a year, 2 years, I think Ben Shelton will be the #1 American on the men's side, and I do think he could. I do think he will win a slam, but I don't think it will happen for another couple of years. And I don't think any other American men will win a slam before he does.
So you think it'll be Shelton over Fritz more likely to win a slam?
Yes, but not for a couple of years.
Carsten and Brenner?
The guy that I keep waiting for him to get everything together is Subcorda.
Subcorda. Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, we could talk about that.
Like, if this dude ever puts it together, he is a top 5 player in the world.
Yeah, but we've been saying that for like 5 years.
I'm pretty sure I had this exact conversation with Isabel. Maybe 2
yes,
months ago.
I've been saying that for a while.
I just keep waiting for it to happen, and every time it's like, there's another 3rd round exit.
Yeah.
At the slam. It's kind of sad. But
I think I like Ozon's comment. Ben just needs to avoid Jerry Shang in his draw.
That's
giving a
fine.
shout
Jerry
out.
Shang's just had foot surgery.
I know.
So he's going to be out for a while. So I think Ben can rest easy at the moment with that in mind.
Yeah. Ben's big on his head-to-heads. But back to the question. I don't see a U.S. woman taking a slam. If it is this year, if it is one, it'd be U.S. Open. Don't see it happening this summer.
I mean, but we did have an American woman already win a slam. This year.
Yeah.
I just we did do that.
Yeah. We did.
Yeah.
Yes,
which I think was possibly the best thing to happen for the WTA since like 2023. I think what happened at the Australian Open cancels out the entirety of 2024 WTA. Like in terms of like their marketing. Like
right, yeah. You're not wrong. It's perfect for these 2 events as well. I'm a big Emma Navarro fan, so that'll be my pick. I think she's kind of like a little bit of like ADM-esque of the women's tour. Kind of lacks those finishing weapons, but can hang with the best, can counter punch, super well. And then men's side, it's terrible. I'd actually go with Tommy Paul if it's any of them. But I don't know. Good luck beating Carlos or Sinner for a while.
Actually think
it feels
that was the second least likely name to come out of your mouth in the American top 5.
I mean, I do think that Tommy Paul can hang, but I don't think he has like the weaponry needed to beat the top 3 players. Same with most of the American men.
If it was a 1-set shootout and you got all guns firing Tommy Paul, I actually think he could probably beat like Alcaraz and Sinner. Unfortunately, he can't seem to string it together for more than like 4 games at a time.
Yeah, I mean, he had ample chances to break and win a set against Zverev at Australia, and just couldn't. So
what was it in the US last year? US Open 4th round. He was 4-love up on Sinner in the first set and then lost it 7-6. Yeah, that's what I mean. With that.
honestly, on the men's side, like, we can talk about these guys who are ranked super high, like right now, like Fritz, Paul, Shelton. It might be Lerner TN.
Can you imagine if it was TN to beat all of these guys to a slam? To be honest,
Kind of sad for American men's tennis, because that's probably a few years away yet. But
TN's going to be the next Medvedev. I'm telling you right now.
You mean a one slam wonder?
I mean, he's going to wait. He's going to win a slam, and then he's going to get to a load of slam finals, and then get like really, really close. And then it's going to be taken away from him at the last second. And they're all going to be by either Sinner, Alcaraz, or Fonseca.
Okay.
Fonseca is going to be so.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Can I get? I don't actually have your guys' opinions on Fonseca. Are you guys like one of these people that think he's going to be like top 10 by the end of the year?
No.
No, not like this year.
I see it all over Twitter. They're like, Fonseca's literally like 8 in the world by November, and I'm like, no, he won't.
He's really good.
No, he won't.
He's 18. He is not making the ATP finals this year.
I think Mahach has a better chance of making the ATP finals than Fonseca.
Bold.
As well.
True.
Like,
I'm not saying Mahach will, but I'm saying he has
Isabel's
a better
called
chance.
Mahach at the ATP finals this year.
I don't want to be held to that bet.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
No,
closer to
Mahach will make the
ranking
top 10
wise.
before Fonseca does.
I'll go the other way.
Really?
No.
It won't be this year. It won't be. I don't know. Mahach won't be in that. I don't think he'll make the top 10.
Like
if we
ever?
come back to this,
If
if
he
we
ever
come back
does.
to this in November, and Mahach has actually made the ATP finals, I don't even know.
Well, he's probably like 8th in the race right now.
No, I think he's
Actually,
like 12th in the race or something like that. Yeah, true. I don't think it's quite the highlight of his career so far. It's up there though.
I think we do this all the time with like the young phenoms, right? They show up at like 16, 18, whatever, and we're all like, oh my God, they're the next thing, and they're gonna win this and this and this. This is their year. Oh my God. And then they don't. They just have a very normal, like, kind of like opener essentially to the world, and then everyone's like disappointed. I think the only time it actually really happened was, at least like recently in this particular era, is Alcaraz, where he showed up and proved everyone right. But usually this is not.
I think
I just don't get on these bandwagons very easily.
I think it's a bit different this time. I think once Fonseca knows the difference between when it's time to unleash 113-mile-an-hour forehands and not, then he will very soon shoot up the rankings. Players are back on court.
Hallelujah.
Yes. Once Fonseca learns on the main tour how to pull opponents from side to side without missing consistently, especially with the forehand, then he will shoot at the rankings. But at this current moment, he will. I agree with Dave. Draper will be top 10 this year.
You think Draper will be?
Yeah.
When? What tournaments? What tournament is he gonna rocket his ranking?
He has no points to defend in Miami, Monte Carlo, Madrid, Rome, Roland Garros. He has no points to defend whatsoever. Mm-hmm. He can only go up.
And then
you're telling me he's not gonna gain any points whatsoever.
I'm not saying he won't gain any.
He sat 12th at the moment in the rankings. And
who's 11?
Runa? Is it Runa?
I've got the 18.
Oh, it's Paul. No, it's Paul, I think.
Yeah, Tommy, Paul. Well, Draper is 14.
In the live rankings, he's 12. Look at the
Oh,
live
in the
rankings.
live rankings.
Look in the live rankings, he's 12. Trust me. Trust me, it is.
I'll just say we haven't even really gotten to clay season, so I think Fonseca's gonna be quite successsul over that swing.
He's gonna pop off.
He's gonna win Roland Garros.
Hey, as long as Zverev doesn't, I don't
Can
care.
you imagine a Zverev Fonseca final? And Fonseca
That'd be
wins?
insane.
That'd be crazy.
Goes up 2 sets to love.
I think Zverev might actually retire if he loses to Fonseca in the
he should.
If Zverev loses the Roland Garros final to Fonseca this year, that will be the end of it for Zverev. He will never return.
He'll never live it down.
Never.
That would be fantastic. That would be the highlight of my year.
It'd be the highlight of Fonseca's career. I can tell you that.
Force Zverev to retire.
That'd be the highlight of Morgan Riddle's career.
Only if Fritz did it, though.
Yeah, if Fritz beats Zverev in a slam final, they're
at Roland Garros.
At any
slam.
At any slam.
Well, you could beat him.
I'd take it in Shanghai. Like, honestly, I'd take it in Shanghai at this point. Like,
beat him in a final. Just beat him in a final period.
Yeah. I expect Draper and Shelton to both be in the top 10 by the end of the year. I actually expect by grass, I expect them both to be in the top 10.
Are we putting money on this?
Fergus.
Are we putting money on this?
Ben Shelton top 10 by grass season?
Actually, I'm not that confident with Shelton's clay game. I'm actually gonna.
Yeah. I'm helping you out. I'm giving you an assist.
Thanks, Brenner. I appreciate it.
I know it can happen.
I would agree with you if we're talking
He's gonna win Miami
2 years from now, but this year I don't think so.
What? Neither?
No, for Shelton, I think in 2 years he'll be in the top 5, but this year, no.
Yeah, Sean is right. You're putting like 15 or 20 people in the top 10. Like,
I'll lay out my top 10 for you end of year right now.
So many people would have to get food poisoning again and drop out for that to happen.
It's because my top 10 doesn't at the end of this year doesn't consist of Ruud, Rublev.
I don't know how Ruud is still in the top 10.
Literally what I was about to say.
What is he doing there?
It's because he has a good clay season every single year, and then that's
really good.
Better than good.
Him, and he just stays there, and then he exits rounds 3 and 2 for the rest of the year. It's
like he does so well on clay, and then does not play until Wimbledon. Like, literally goes to the beach and plays golf and goes to concerts.
Oh my god. I don't think, is there anyone that outwardly hates playing on a surface that as much as Ruud hates playing on grass? Like, he's so outwardly like, I just hate it, I can't do it.
And he's not even
I don't think Iga likes it much either.
Yeah, but she doesn't go like, she made the quarters last year or 4th round. Ruud's never been past round 2 of Wimbledon, and he doesn't play any grass event apart from Wimbledon.
Liam Brody match was lit, Fergus.
I love that match.
Yeah, let's check in. Let's check in now that players are back on court. They are hitting. Let's check in. What's going on?
Andreeva has 2 game points to hold.
Well, so they are going to do that Queen Zhang match at like 11 o'clock tonight. That's
wow.
rude. Huron and Fees. Huron is up 3-1 in the second set.
40 love.
And then, I mean, Medvedev Paul still have to go tonight as well.
Yeah.
That could be a long one as well.
That's going to be long.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
It's like one of those matches that if you told me it lasted 4.5 hours, I would believe you.
Yeah. What
It's
is the longest
like
three-setter? Like ever?
Longest three-setter?
That's a good question.
The Shang
40.
Mute, was it Mute? Or
Yeah.
4 hours last year.
Was that 4 hours?
It was 4 hours, yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy. You're averaging an hour and 50, like an hour and 20 minutes for a set. Like, that's nuts. Andreeva holds 3-1. Respect Kaspar's Barcelona and Geneva runs. I mean, the guy is 4 in the world and that backhand's too good from Andreeva. The guy's won 1 500 tournament, and if it wasn't even like it was in his hands. If Alcaraz had lost one match, he would have been world number 1. And he's won 1 500 and the rest are 250s. I mean, that's crazy. This could get away quite quickly from Rybakina. Love 30 on her serve.
Hey, really tough miss. Court was open there. Just pushed it too hard.
She's putting everything onto that backhand wing, and she's putting everything behind it, but Andreeva's sending it back with something on it. It's not like she's just chipping it back. There's definitely something behind it.
We love 40 now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bit of a slow start coming out of this delay.
Yeah. Andreeva definitely the better of the two after this delay.
Yeah. Just the forehand, just super loose.
I thought the delay would give Rybakina kind of like a second to like regroup, but yikes.
4-1.
That's a really bad miss.
Andreeva with the double break. I wonder what they do in the breaks. Do they just because they don't have their phones because they don't have to give them in before matches, or am I just making that up?
I don't
know about that, but
no, I think they have them in their bags.
Yeah, I think.
Oh yeah, but I don't think they like to look at them because it kind of takes them away from.
Sure.
There was something that there was some article that was talked about how players don't really look at their phones in intervals because it distracts them from obviously their preparation to go on court. So I wonder if they just sit there in silence, or in there with their coach.
And they're talking with your coach, maybe staying on an exercise bike, keeping the legs a little bit warm. It's stuff there's not a ton to talk about after 3 games.
Yeah. I guess you just analyze those 3 games and, well, for Rybakina's case, she probably didn't do that because it's now 4-1. Have you ever been to Indian Wells, Isabel? As you live an hour and a bit away. Have you ever been to Indian Wells? Or
I have. I went 2 years ago in 2023. I went during the first week, so I think I saw like first round, maybe second round.
Cool.
Yeah, it was a good time. I did get so horrifically sunburned that I had to go to the hospital. But other than that, it was stellar.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, you know. Okay.
Truly, other than that, it was a great
lesson
time.
Definitely learned there.
I just want to say I did wear sunscreen, but
the sun people
was
that
so...
think we're not responsible on this channel. We are.
I did wear sunscreen, and I wore a hat, and it was so hot and sunny that something happened. I don't know what happened, but I ended up having to go to the hospital. Everything's fine.
Did you have sunstroke?
No, it was almost like I got sun poisoned.
Damn,
it was bad.
right.
But it was a really fun tournament. It's a really nice tournament. It's not as expensive as like the US Open, so it is pretty affordable to go and like get a grounds pass. And yeah, the facilities are really nice. It's a nice drive. I wanted to go this year. Unfortunately, I cannot. But I do have friends who went this year, and I have friends who are going to the semifinals. So I'm very jealous of them.
Andreeva just cruising through that game. 3 mistakes from Rybakina and a 1 winner from Andreeva, and it's 5-1 after pretty much, well, I say no time at all, as in actual match time, no time at all. Because it's actually only been 25 minutes since they started playing on the court, but we've obviously had a long delay with the rain. I'm curious to know what you guys think. Obviously, Indian Wells is known as the 5th slam. Did you guys see the whole thing about the Italian Tennis Federation wanting to make Rome the 5th slam and take over Madrid? Do you guys see that?
How would they do that?
They basically the Rome Masters want to buy out Madrid's slot on the calendar to make it a 5th slam and make it 2 weeks. That's what they were suggesting anyway.
Like just have a 2-week 1,000 instead of a 1 week?
No, they want to turn it into a slam, as in an actual slam.
I'm not sure that the actual 4 slams want that to happen.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it'll happen.
Who does want that to happen?
I think the only people that want it to happen are the Italian Tennis Federation.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think they're trying to capitalize on the success of all of the Italian players right now, I think is what they're doing.
Yeah.
They want Sinner to win something like an Italian slam. That would be my guess.
Can you imagine the streets of Italy if Sinner won an Italian slam? Oh my God.
Well, has he won Rome?
No.
No.
No. Okay.
Last year was Zverev, and the year before was Medvedev. So, and then Sinner wasn't really that prevalent in 23. Right. So.
It also comes at a tough time in the schedule. Like it used to be the week, or maybe there's a buffer week after, but then it's Roland Garros. So there's just like a lot of wear and tear throughout that clay season. Barcelona, Madrid.
It's Rome, and then it's just a really bad miss from Rybakina, and it's 2 set points for Andreeva as looking for the triple break.
Yeah. It's really tough.
Oh yeah, there is the buffer week where they play matches, where they play tournaments like Geneva and Lyon. But
I think they even changed it this year, and like Hamburg is like maybe before Roland Garros this year.
Yeah, I think they only had it after last year because of the Olympics.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Which was on the clay. First set point saved. Second one incoming after just 28 minutes. Our producer just proving me wrong. We'll skip past that.
How so?
He said that Hamburg's always been after Roland Garros, and that they just changed it this year. So, and it's long. And Andreeva takes the first set in literally no time, 28 minutes. 6-1 against Rybakina. I mean, that's. Are you still feeling confident about your Rybakina prediction, Brenner and Isabel?
No.
I just feel like after that break, it doesn't really. I mean, it means a little bit. First set's gone, but now they can finally get into the match, start fresh. So no, not much.
So the first set just doesn't really matter. We can just forget about that. I guess is that what you're trying to say? We can just. We can. Okay, great. Let's just forget that Andreeva just played. Well, I mean, Andreeva was great, but I mean, Rybakina was worse. I mean,
right.
I think it's 60-40 that Andreeva was really putting her under pressure and not letting her miss. And Rybakina was just, she couldn't hit a mark.
Yeah,
I don't know what.
2 winners and 17 unforced errors. That's tough.
As someone with Rybakina's firepower, 2 winners. I mean, that's
that's incredible defense, but also like having 17 unforced errors, you're just giving away entire games at that point.
Yeah.
That's how it felt.
Yeah.
Games got away from her quickly, and then, just kind of taking some random hacks.
I think if you're Rybakina, I think if you're looking for anything to feel okay about going into the rest of this match, is that like Rybakina cannot play much worse than that.
Yeah.
And I mean, Andreeva did play really well. So if you're looking for a swing of equilibrium a little bit, like it's going to end up being a lot more beneficial for Rybakina than Andreeva.
I am going to leave you guys to take sets 2 and maybe 3 potentially, because it is now 4:05 in the morning, and I need bed.
I hope you don't have anything to do tomorrow.
I have work tomorrow, but not till the evening, so it's okay. It was a pleasure as always, and I will see you guys very soon. Thank you to everyone in the chat, and I'll see you guys very soon. Enjoy.
Bye, Fergus.
Good night, Fergus.
Cheers.
All right. Start the second set quickly. Andreeva with a quick point.
Yeah, it felt like even on these courts, it felt like Andreeva was able to rush Rybakina. And just what felt like a little bit of tennis that we played. So yeah, I mean, we know Andreeva is such a good defender. So
yeah, I mean, she's not moving off of the baseline at all. Like she is standing right there and just not moving. Like, nothing's getting past her.
Okay, slightly better returning from Rybakina. Last 2 points.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a good one.
yeah, we got Marcus Giron serving for the second set. 5-2, add Giron. Yeah, just still struggling with the depth on that forehand. And Giron does it, so takes the second set. First pressure point for Andreeva in a while. Already all second serve.
Since like literally her first service game.
Yeah, much better. Much better exchange. Rybakina was able to flip the court well on that backhand. The forehand still looks a little tentative. She's a little bit more inside the court there for that forehand, which definitely helped, but it did still look a little shaky. So, break point for Rybakina in this first game.
Her first one of the match.
And yeah, a double fault.
Oh my God. Of all the times to double fault, that's okay. Interesting.
Brutal.
Well, let's see if Rybakina can consolidate.
Yeah, it needs to get that serve percentage up a little bit. Just 52% right now.
Yeah, Super Dave Garon is still in it. He took down Poppy in his last match, and now he is going to a deciding set against Arthur Fees. Wow, what an opening point of this game.
Yeah.
A huge defensive lob that lands on the baseline from Andreeva. And then a wild forehand error. Yeah, all over the tape, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah, Super Dave Mirra can get hella nervous. I think it's like similar to Madison Keys right now, like kind of having a little weight off your back after winning like your first big title. For Keys, obviously that's a slam, and Andreeva, it's 1,000, a little bit different, of course, but you know, we're still here. Yeah, huge for him.
Yeah,
you're still human. There's gonna be tight moments in matches versus big players, so.
seems like she's forcing some more errors from Andreeva now.
Yeah, that ball striking's there. Hitting with a lot more depth. Like I said, just trying to get a feel for, the game on this court.
Yeah, because did I hear correctly that they resurfaced Indian Wells?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they did. It has not had the effect that maybe we thought it would.
Ouch.
Yeah. Rybakina looking to take that backhand down the line, like super early.
Did not work out.
Yeah, so they resurfaced it. It's now the same surface as like Cincinnati and the U.S. Open.
Okay, good serve. Great. Okay.
Yeah. Well, it was actually Miami, not Cincinnati, but the reason why that was a big deal is because, well, I won't say like all tennis fans, but some people were worried that we might have two, or we'll call it 2 10-day spans of very similar tennis, whereas the beauty of the Sunshine Double, kind of lies on the fact that the surfaces are super different, and you're going to see different results in different tennis, as Rybakina double faults there on game point.
That's
okay. First serve long. Second serve. Oh, ouch.
Yeah, forehand's still breaking down.
Yeah. Right into the net from Rybakina. Andreeva's box looks so stressed out.
Yeah.
I mean, they always do.
Like, my friend, she's got a 6-1 lead. Like, why are y'all so stressed?
And another double.
Oh my god.
Those on my thoughts. Yeah, sorry. My thoughts on the massive $1 million prize money. I think they're just trying to take advantage of the situation and make the most of the time block. Like, it's the reality that like Fan Week, I feel like US Open does one of the best jobs of all the majors, but it's free to walk in the grounds during Fan Week and whatnot. But like, those tail end of that weekend kind of gets forgotten until the first round begins. So I think it's a great optimization of the time frame in terms of the layout, format, and people involved. I'm not too high on. I think I don't want to talk like too much about how it makes doubles look as a whole, or mixed doubles for that reason. But uh, I think it's good use of the time. I'll say that. We'll see how it goes. Do you guys have any thoughts on that? The new mixed doubles at the US Open?
I think it's really disrespectful to mixed double players. Yeah, I'm not a fan.
I feel like I generally have the same thoughts as you two. Like, it's a good use of time, I suppose, but I mean, I like that they are reallocating the money from the mixed doubles tournaments in the past into the men's and women's like doubles, and it's not just going to singles. So like that helps a little bit, but I mean, you shrink the mixed doubles tournament a lot, and then it's like mostly wild cards as well. So it's just gonna be like singles players get to take advantage of this.
Yeah, I feel like they're encroaching a little bit on the territory, like Isabel said. And then like I don't know if prize money is going to affect singles players' decisions to play in this little event. It's not going to be too many of them, but usually they're prepping for the big one of the biggest tournaments of the year, and
I think
now they're going to be out on court. So.
Wow, that was quite a bad miss from Rybakina. But I think the point that Andy Roddick made on his podcast was like, one, lots of the top singles players, like they're using that time right before the US Open because they are in New York, so they're doing sponsorship deals at that point. And then like how many of the top players are going to risk an injury in mixed doubles versus playing in the singles tournament?
Yeah. Yeah, I agreed with his point on that. And it does seem unfair because it's then going to shut out like people who are primarily just mixed doubles players. Yeah, just doesn't feel like the move.
Probably one of the points of the match there. Andreeva ends up clipping the line on the backhand, but point construction was off the charts. And not many players used the forehand slice or kind of squash shot like Andreeva does. Like she just puts Rybakina in such an awkward spot, almost in no man's land, off a backhand slice that she's picking up off the floor, and then Andreeva's hitting a backhand back down the forehand line super deep, and it's just like beautiful point construction. So it's good to see her, thinking clearly with a plan and using her ability.
Yeah, and the other match going on right now, Arthur Fiza is up a break and leads 3-love in the third set.
Yeah, just had a beautiful little cross-court shot at the net, drawn with a decent drop shot, not good enough. Fiza's pace is able to get there and slots it away with a little backhand, but yeah, high level one there. Very physical. Yeah, it kind of felt like a big hold there. Obviously, after Rybakina getting the early break, getting broken back, and then she has love 30.
Yeah.
See how costly that is.
She's putting herself under so much pressure just from not making these first serves. Like, she's just in a defensive position almost immediately.
Right.
Andreeva
Yeah.
gets to see a second serve.
Yeah, I just feel like she's feeling a bit rushed, which is like kind of crazy to say on these courts, but Mirra's just hitting such a heavy ball right now.
Mhm.
And I don't know, like I feel like this is kind of recent, but in terms of what
Wow.
Mirra's doing is if she's getting a ball out wide, she's gonna play the open court, but off the return, if it's not good enough, she's just gonna like hit straight at Rybakina and make her decide the angle. And so far, that's just producing errors, kind of on the third ball.
Yeah.
There, you see it there with that squash return.
And forced errors are 26-13 right now. Just a bit long. Another error on forehand. Two break points for Andreeva. I feel like this is a big moment in the match right now.
I mean, Andreeva's giving her all she can handle. Rybakina's actually doing well to weather the storm a bit, weather the pace, but it's still Andreeva who has the upper hand in every rally at the moment. Good save though, but now she's looking at a second serve here.
Yeah, that defense is just like so good.
Wow.
Yeah, she got the first line on the return. That was impressive, but that line did not go her way there. Just missed it. But once again, yeah, kick serve out wide, backhand down the line, kind of the same recipe.
I mean, if it's working, there's no reason to change it now.
Was that in? Oh my
Yes.
god. Wow.
That's insane. That's just what it feels like right now. Like playing so loose, so free. Kind of can't do wrong.
Such a good touch, you know? Too bad tosses.
Just a bit long.
Okay, 2
All right.
points lost.
Yeah, 2 loose errors kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's like she is still so good, but there's like slight inconsistencies.
Great. Probably a big little point here. Just if she can hold 4-1, that's probably, you know.
And then a huge serve.
Probably should be enough. Huge serve. Ace. Sliding off the paint.
That's a great time to pull that one over the bag. I'm asking, who is the last WTA player to win both singles and doubles titles in the same tournament?
Who's the last to what?
The last WTA player to win both the singles and doubles titles in the same tournament.
I would guess Serena.
Lisa Milton's, maybe.
I would go with like.
Used to be great at doubles. Maybe Coco.
I was thinking like Polini. That could be really off.
Polini. That's not.
Or Andreeva, because there's a reason to bring it up, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know that off the top of my head.
Let's see. Okay. Since 1990, only 7 players have won the singles and doubles titles at the same slam.
Not slam, any tournament. It looks
any tournament.
Just any.
Yeah.
Well, I'm specifically looking at slam, so that was an easier stat to look up.
Krejcikova.
Was it Krejcikova?
Yeah. You put the
at Wimbledon.
Krejcikova in San Diego 2023.
Okay.
Yeah. Impressive.
Completely didn't even think about her, but no, she's great at doubles.
Well, in slams, the person who has that record is obviously Serena Williams.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And she's done it 4 times just at Wimbledon.
Yeah.
With a total of 8 times. Wow.
Barbara injured right now. Yes, she is dealing with, I think, a couple of different injuries. Just has had a tough run since Wimbledon. Just hasn't played a ton. But hopefully back soon. And Super Dave, saw your comment earlier about Conchita being interviewed. Like, yeah, seems like a great coach, and she and Mirra and Andreeva get along really well, it seems. They have great team chemistry.
Okay, good forehand down the line from Rybakina.
Yeah, that's good tennis from both of them. Really good stuff.
Probably one of the better points of the match, honestly.
Good first serve. Rybakina. I don't want to jinx it by saying she's coming back.
Yeah, I mean, Emma Navarro had a crazy one a few nights back.
Yeah.
Who was that against?
Kirstea, yes.
Oh, and then a double fault.
Oh, this is a really big point now.
She makes that +1 look easy.
Wow.
To get it up and down over the net from that angle. And it just looks like it got the back of the tape. But that's her recipe. Mirra's just made her uncomfortable tonight. Hasn't really found her depth well. And the forehand's been off.
It's been like a combination of things. It's like there hasn't been one thing that has made this match go wrong. It's low first serve percentage. Mirra is returning the ball really well, and then the forehand side from Rybakina has been a bit loose. So it hasn't necessarily been one thing. Just like a combination of lots of things going wrong at the same time. Jake, where's you're trying to book a trip, I guess, but where are you going for that?
Arthur Fees leads 5-2.
Is he serving for the match now?
No, yeah, Garon on serve.
Okay. 30 love. Okay. Which slam will Mirra win first?
Didn't we talk about this earlier?
Yeah, I think we talked about that earlier.
Australia was our guess.
Yeah, I think Australia was our general consensus. Yeah. Maybe Wimbledon, just because it is so wide open. Anyone can get hot there.
She's kind of looking good to win this tournament, honestly.
I think she might.
That's just insane. Like the way Andreeva was able to neutralize that backhand. Those are like some of Rybakina's best backhands of the match, and she's, able to squash shot from 5 feet behind the baseline and neutralize the point. Like, it's just so impressive. And honestly, it's reminding me a bit of Holger Rune's movement. I did watch that match today, so it's a little bit why those are related, but just really impressive.
Who is the defending here? Is it Iga?
Yeah, Iga won it last year.
Yeah.
And then Rybakina won it the year before, but she didn't play this tournament last year because of an injury. So both of them are coming in on winning streaks here. But a bit of a pressure point here for Andreeva.
Not too bad.
Oh.
It's good adjustment. Just good adjustment from both players.
Which is perfectly placed.
Yeah, and there's that kind of just sums up the match, like a loose forehand error off a simple backhand slice. But hey, credit Andreeva. Like once again, her defensive, she doesn't even have to do too much. She looks super comfortable back there on the baseline, kind of just content to operate play, but not overhit, and she did that really well. Yeah, Holger was on smoke today. He was feeling himself.
He has match points right now. Yeah, Arthur Hughes wraps it up. Moves on to the quarterfinals now.
Oh. Do we know who he's facing yet, or is that the outcome of the Paul and Medvedev?
The winner of Paul and Medvedev. So I don't know. Is that match? Well, I assume it's going to happen tonight still.
Yeah, they'll
we'll go on after
9:50-ish start, or we'll go with 9. Yeah, that is local time.
And then Zheng and Kostyuk got moved over to Stadium 2. So they'll be on right after this.
Yeah, could work out well for the organizers tonight.
Barely, but
Just awesome ball striking there.
oh, all right. Got a couple of match points now.
Certainly not how I thought this match was going to go, but yeah.
I did think Andreeva was going to win, but I was thinking like in 3 sets, same as Dubai. But
Okay, good first serve. Manages to save 1 match point.
Second chance for Andreeva now.
So good.
Oh,
So good.
Winner.
It was so good that it feels like she just practiced that all day yesterday. Just kick serves to the backhand, up the line, up the line, up the line. That was an awesome performance. I mean,
yeah,
definitely complemented by some Rybakina errors, especially off the forehand wing, but ultimately just shrunk the court like so much, and there wasn't really anywhere to go, and everything came back. So great performance.
Yep. That was fantastic from her. Moves on to the quarterfinals in her first time being in Indian Wells. She's going to play Elena Svitolina next. I feel like she'll be the favorite in that one.
Yeah, probably. But I do think Svitolina will put up a little bit more of a challenge. She's very consistent, I think.
Yeah. Did you guys watch the Pegula match tonight? I didn't get a chance.
No, I missed it.
Saw the third set of it. But it was pretty straightforward, which after a 3-hour rain delay, it's hard to know how much of that is just one person was able to come out of a delay a little more warm than the other one, and how much of that was actual form of the match. So then, yeah, I haven't seen interviews on press conferences for that match since it happened because we came on right after. So yeah, not really sure if Jess had anything to say about it. Can Andreeva win this tournament? I mean, yeah, I think she can. Not sure that she's the favorite at this moment. Still some pretty good players in the draw.
Yeah, I think she's a contender. I'd like to see how the Svitolina match goes, because I do think that will be more telling than this one we just watched.
Yeah, I do think
just
because Rybakina was so off tonight, it's hard to read too much into this. So I agree with that.
Yeah, I would definitely say that Andreeva had such a clear mind throughout the whole match, though. Like you could tell they definitely picked apart that film from Dubai, I think it was. And yeah, and like she just looked super confident in what she was doing. Felt like she was dictating the play, and that's great signs. Win the tournament, yeah, I think she's on Iga's side of the bracket, so
Yep.
that makes life a little bit hard. But hey, it'll be fun to see her go for it. She's just such a clean ball striker on both wings.
I saw a stat earlier. Svitolina has not lost to a Russian player since the war began.
I do remember hearing about a stat like that.
So if that holds up. I mean, answer Ozan's question in the chat, like, will they shake hands? Like, no, they're not going to, but
No.
reasons for that are well documented.
Yeah, my take on the Svitolina versus Andreeva match. It's hard not for me to just like say anything else besides Andreeva. Straightforward. I do admit I did not see the Svitolina match earlier today, and like it looks like just by the scoreline that the second and third set were a lot different from the first, but Andreeva just looks like she just played so freely today. Like I said, like her mind was super free and clean game plan and executed it properly. I think with Svitolina, like she hits such a deep and heavy ball. Like that can be, you know, frustrating to try and like counterpunch against. But Andreeva, I think with her like ability to defend and, you know, her slicing, she didn't even have to do too much of it today, but she does it, you know, kind of casually just to disrupt the rhythm of the point. And I think that can be a difficult one for Svitolina in terms of getting put in kind of awkward positions. And Mirra's just like good enough at this point where she can capitalize on those opportunities. And yeah, she defended her serve really well. So that's also good news.
It's also just hard to bet against really good form. Like you get a player who's won, is this 9 matches in a row now? I believe it's something like that. Like that's kind of like what we saw with Danielle Collins last spring. It's like if a player is able to just get on a hot streak, I mean, you can beat literally anyone in the world. So I think that she'll feel really good about her own chances heading into this match. But yeah, it'll be interesting.
Agreed. Well, I have to take a break before the Paul Medvedev match because I have a feeling that will go into the deep hours of the evening. So
that'll be a fun one.
Yeah.
Isabel, are you going with Mirra?
For against Svitolina?
Yeah.
No, Svitolina is my best friend. I'm not betting against her.
All right. Our producer was just seeing where all three of our heads were at. All right, no, we're not.
We're not all going Mirra.
That's tough. I like Svitolina a lot. Just everything she's doing, even off of the court right now, is just she's just such a fantastic role model, and the role that she's taking on really becoming the Ukrainian Tennis Federation right now. And yeah, it's really admirable what she's doing, and yeah, I mean she's a great player too. She'll present a lot of challenges. It will be, I think, a really tight match. Both of them have some similar strengths, but I think Mirra's just like great mindset right now, and maybe slightly better athleticism is going to put her over the top.
We'll see.
Yeah. We'll see.
All right. So, are you guys going to watch the rest of the tournament tonight?
I don't know. It's about midnight here, so it might be time for me to call it for the evening. But yeah. Brennan, are you watching anything else tonight?
Yeah. We'll see how far I make it. I'll definitely watch a little bit of the Tommy Paul Medvedev match.
Yeah.
Good.
All right, guys. Well,
So,
a lot of fun. I know the match was still, you know, a high level, so I enjoyed watching it and talking about it with you guys, and
yeah, it was great.
Look forward to doing it again soon.
Yeah, thanks for everyone who joined and watched along with us and commented and interacted. I don't know if there are any other streams scheduled at the moment, but
I'm sure there'll be some.
Yeah, I'm sure there will be some before the end of Indian Wells. So thanks, everyone.
Good night.
If you enjoyed this video,